This is Davey Old Salt Gamer. This is day one of my ship's log, sailing east. We have lost sight of Gold Rock. There it is. You can still see Gold Rock a little bit. We are moving a pretty good clip. So I wanted to demonstrate, it's getting close to noon. I wanted to demonstrate real quick fishing. Pick this up. You can see you can either hit right mouse or the R button. I just use right mouse and you just cast it. It doesn't really cast too well. That was pretty good. And then you just let it sit. You do not need to use bait. Just a hook. So you just let it drift. And you'll see when you get a bite. And the big thing is, once you do get a bite, don't reel it in too fast or you break your line and you lose your hook. Now if you sit here for a little bit and don't get a bite, you can mouse wheel it out and release more line. I usually don't have to do that. Sometimes you do. It's just a matter of patience. It's not a big, long, drawn-out thing. I'm going to release some line here. I'll try that. You usually catch something relatively fast. There we go. And now you just reel it in slowly, without putting too much tension or bending the pole too much, or you break your line and you'll have a fish on it. Oh, there it goes. It will start getting easier after it hops across the water, especially if your ship's moving faster, but you still got to be careful. There we go. And there's your fish. So now you pull it onto the deck and you reel it all the way in. And it says collect fish. You hit the R button, the fish falls off. You drop the fishing pole in a safe spot. And you pick up your fish. And you got a free meal. So that's that in a nutshell. Fishing's pretty handy. Gives you something to do. Gives you free food. Not a huge thing, but let's see what we get on the chrono compass here. Alright, so that's south. Okay. Now the latitude should not change. It still should be right at 31. Again, this is not exactly noon yet, I don't think. But you can see that I'm a little further east of the 5 line. Maybe we didn't go too much. We've only been sailing for 12 hours. But looks like I'm doing pretty good at 31. I'm doing straight east. If you're anywhere from 30 to 32, you should be able to see. Must be getting cloudy. There it comes. Okay. 30 to 32, you should be able to see Dragon's Cliff when you get there. But the main thing you want to watch on this is just make sure you're around 31 and that you're moving further west. I'm sorry, east. So that's the ship's log day one. I've eaten 2 fish from fishing and 2 fish from this, or 3 fish from that crate. And I've drank 10 water, although I have 1 or 2 left. Well, there you go. I drank 10 water. And basically you just rest and sail. It's kind of slow wind right now. You check your course every time you get out of bed from a cat nap. I just line the cursor up. And see, it changed a little bit. I want to correct that. Keep us going east. Wind changes. We'll do that. If you make adjustments to the sail, you have to recheck your course. But you want to make sure before you go to bed and after you get up that you're still facing east. Check the sails. Looks like the wind is a little more behind me now. That's usually a good thing. Let me see what it looks like up here. Yeah, I could turn the sails further. Well, let's release these, catch some more of that wind. Now, wind changes like that can often signify incoming weather, so that might be something we have to watch. That's pretty good there. That's pretty good there. Now I got to recheck my course because I adjusted the sails. It doesn't always affect it, but many times it does. And put the cursor right over the mast. There we go. Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad. Alright. So that's my approximately noontime measurement. Not a big change in one day. Demonstrated fishing, so that'll be day one. And we'll pause it here. Okay, so real quick, this is the second night. I want to show you how to use the quadrant. Now you see this little series of stars. I'm looking north. I always do this over the boat as best you can because if you accidentally drop it over the side, it's gone. So the North Star is the second star in this little loop. It's called the bow. So you just put that over it, hit the left button, and you can see I'm at 31 north. It only gives you latitude, but that's a good way. I know that I'm still on course. I'm not, at below 30 or the 32 or 33. So again, pointed at the North Star, the second one in the bow here, as you look north. Get it as close as you can. Hit the right mouse button, and there you go. 31 north. Okay, so this is day 2. Wanted to show, I did catch a fish, but every once in a while you lose your hook. You see there's no hook on there, that's why you bring a box of hooks. And let's see, I'll take it. Take item, hit the R, and does it automatically restring it? It does not. Maybe I have to pick it up this way. And take item. Okay. I have a hook in my hand. Where'd my fishing rod go? Did it just throw my fishing rod over the side? I heard a thunk. Did it just glitch my fishing rod over the side? Oh, down here. Okay, so here you attach it. F, now I have another hook. Pick it up. Don't ask me how it fell through the floor. But I just wanted to show you how to reattach a fishing hook. I already showed you how to, oops. I already showed you how to fish, so it's about time for the next reading. This is the ship's log, day 2. It's a little early up, apparently. Oh, one thing I did want to show you. My boat's tending to be pushed south. So I'm overcorrecting a little bit, but that was too much. So I am doing slightly north of east because every time I wake up, the boat has been pushed by the wind off course a little to the south. You do have to kind of correct that every once in a while. As you can see, I got a perfect tailwind. You could not ask for better sailing weather than this. I got both sails extended as far as I can go, and I don't think the ship can go faster than this. This is just absolutely, look at that wake. I'm just absolutely flying. Now, I don't know how far. And again, I always do this over the boat so you don't accidentally drop something into the water, which can be really frustrating. So it is a little before noon. But looks like I'm still pretty good on 31. Yep, that looks pretty good for 31. And it would be easier to see, but I have definitely moved in that last day. It looks like I'm almost, I gotta be 1 or 2. So, I really flew last night. This wind is like perfect sailing weather. So if I'm at 1 or 2, that means it should be -1. So we'll probably say -1.5. So if you look at the bottom of the map there, -1.5. That's a 2-day journey from Gold Rock to that point. Now I'll get a better reading here in a second, but that's pretty good. I mean, I have not had, I don't want to do that. I have not had any stormy weather. The weather's been very calm, which is kind of unusual. It kind of scares me because that means I'm due. That's pretty close to noon now. Let's see. Again, look at the hull of the ship if you can. Yeah, that's a little closer. If you look at where the line is on the 5 bar graph below, it looks like 2. I would say, so we are now at -2. We started just shy of -5. So in 2 days we made pretty good time. I would say that's a good 2. So we should cross the 0 point, or be very close to it, by our next check-in. I did eat a couple fish. I'm down to 42 water in the 1 tank. Take that. Make that 40 or 37 water in the 1 tank. I still got 2 full tanks of water. I have been fishing. I think I ate 1 or 2 more, just 1 by the looks of it. Sunspot. I figured I might as well fish. Got nothing better to do. So we did really good winds, clear, perfect weather. Got some nice rolls. This is actually calmer than it was this morning. But okay, day 2 complete. We'll be on the day 3 here, and I'll restart the recording. Okay, this is ship's log. I believe it's day 4. It's the next day. Kind of lost count. There's been some kind of big change. The wind has really flipped. I don't know if that's a sign of impending storms, but as you can see, I had to turn my sails in the complete opposite direction. And I got to pull this one a little bit more to get a better angle. Now that may mean that there's storms on the way, but I believe it might mean that I crossed the 0 latitude point, which in this game, sometimes the wind will change. So it is about noontime. I have been, my night sighting told me that I have been going a little to the south, so I turned my course a little bit back towards the north. Let's see what this tells me. It's a little early yet. But as you can see, I'm at least at 0, maybe even a little further than that. And this still has me at 31, pretty good. So I think I'm okay there. And it looks like I'm crossing 0 right now. Looks like it's right on the line, but I'm a little early, so we'll come back in a couple of seconds and check that. Let me check my sails here. I have been, of course, when you adjust your sails, especially that massive amount, you really have to watch your course. As you can see, I am a little north of east I'm trying to correct what I think has been a pretty constant push to the south over time here. Let me see where I'm at here. I can't see that. And I could probably almost go completely straight with the sail. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. Let's pull it a little more. Of course, the more the sails are to your side, the more your ship's going to lean, as you can see when it catches it, like right there. So you've got to kind of be careful. You're more vulnerable to, and I adjusted my sail, so I have to adjust my course. I want to go right about there, maybe for one day, and see tonight what it looks like. That's pretty good, I think. Okay, so weather change, wind direction, I'm not sure for sure. Maybe maybe I've crossed the date line. Let's see. I am right at the date line the way that looks. I call it the date line. It's basically the 0 line. See, it's right over top of it. So that, in conjunction with the wind change, tells me I'm probably right at 0. So I believe this is day 4. Might be day 3. I think it's day 3. I don't know. But I am somewhere just to the left of the E in Emerald Archipelago. Probably the halfway point of the voyage. So we'll continue on and see what happens. Very calm weather right now, which is kind of spooky. I haven't had a single storm or anything. We'll see if that trend stays. Okay, so it's the next day again. I've been fighting to stay on course. I've got a pretty strong gale. I'm actually going to have to raise my sail again, I think. Yep, I'm getting splashing. I'm going to pull this up a little bit so I don't lean quite as far. It's been a pretty stormy night. Not really stormy, just windy. And unfortunately I got a really big wind change. I'm almost going right into the wind if I go east. And I probably have to check it because I changed the sails. I'm still going east. You can see I got the gray foam. That's a sign that a lot of wind. Storms, you know, sea gray. And I probably am not going very fast into this wind. Not like I was the other day, as you can see. Not as much as a week, and it's not going as fast in general. So I'm pretty certain I did not make good time last night. And I've been, the whole time I'm awake, I've been adjusting my course to stay in the easterly direction. A little tougher sailing right here. I knew there was something coming because it was just too easy at the beginning. I got my sails pulled as tight as I can get them in both spots. That one actually, oh, that's the wrong one. That's going to make me, well, I'm leaning good there, yeah. It's lined up. Still heading the right way. I'm not entirely confident that I've stayed where I need to be. Use the copper, yeah. I'm trying to shift everything I can to the port side here. Kind of balance the weight a little bit because of the way I'm leaning. Like I said, it doesn't do as big a deal. I didn't get it. It didn't go away. That one was okay. But I got a pretty stiff port side wind, making sailing pretty difficult. Stayed on course. Is it noon yet? Pretty close, so let's see what it says here. problem with the sail being that far. Let's see. Yeah, I'm saying I'm still at 31, but it doesn't look like I went very far, and that doesn't surprise me because I guess I might be at plus 0.5 or plus 1. I would say 0.5, so I did not go very far last night in that storm. Or the wind. Yeah, probably 0.5, so not a good sailing night. And this is not good sailing weather. Okay, so this is day 5, I believe. Calmer today. The trend seems to be constantly pushing me a little to the south, so I'm steering slightly north and due east still. I've been able to relower all the sails. I still got, that's a pretty good wind. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not bad. Not as bad as when I hit the storm, so I am moving a little bit faster. It's not a bad pace. Let's see what we got here. It might be a little early yet. Sorry. Alright, let's see. Oh, it looks like we're at 3. 2.5, 3. I think the night measurement, that still looks like 31, pretty close to 31. I think the night measurement might be a little bit more accurate when it comes to latitude. But yeah, I'm saying 2.5, probably. It's looking more like 2 now. 2.5. Well, anyway, 2 or 2.5, somewhere in that range. So we are moving slower than we were at the start. But if we're at 2, we're in between the words emerald and archipelago. I'm thinking by the time we get to probably plus 4, we should see it. So probably not tomorrow, but the next day, 2, possibly a little more than 2, but if it is more than 2, it's not too much more than 2. Yeah, 2. Yeah, I'd say that's 2. So it's still at 31. We're pretty good at 2. We got to get to 4 to see it. So if the wind stays like this, I'd say we'll be at 3 tomorrow. I'll check my course here. Either that or the wind has changed. Let me see. Yeah, blew a little south again. That seems to be the trend. Every time I have to correct steering, I have to turn towards the north. That's why when I turn towards the north, I turn a little past east to the north. Seems to be the constant trend. So, I'm at 12 in that first barrel. That's good there. And I think I got one sunspot fish left in here. I could probably eat that now. You don't want to overfill yourself. Yeah, that was good. So there you go. Day 5, I'm pretty sure. I kind of lost count. So if I'm wrong, you would know that better than me with just me stopping and going. That's not a bad wind direction. It's not behind me like it was the first few days. And my night measurements, and we'll see you the next day. Okay, so this is the same day. I'm finally getting evening. I'm finally getting some rain. Luckily the wind hasn't really picked up, but the rain has, so I don't know if this is going to be something prolonged or just a showery night. Could be interesting if it starts getting worse. One of the hazards of this is it's going to be really difficult to take a reading with a quadrant on the North Star. I could probably do it. I think it's that one right there, maybe that one. I think it's that one where the little dot is. But if it clouds up, I won't be able to get the reading that I want. And you know, you start to question when you're going this long. You know, I am steering a little bit north of east. You know, am I doing that too much? Am I not doing it enough? I could take a quick quadrant reading here. There's the North Star. Lined up. Lined up. Ah, get it before it gets cloudy. Hard to do. Can't really see it. Oh, for heaven's sake. There we go. So it still looks like I should be around 31. It's still telling me I'm close. I'm close enough. I won't going to miss anything, but it still looks to me like I'm a little further south than I should be. So I'm going to keep steering just slightly north of the target, which I'm doing now. So I just wanted to let you know the weather might be changing a little bit. It's not bad at all right now. Just a little shower. See you tomorrow. Okay, just a few hours later than the last cut, and the weather has picked up. And I kind of had a feeling when the wind was shifting, but there's a storm right there. Storms aren't too bad of a deal if you don't go right through them, because they do push you. I did have to raise my sails because they were pushing me way over the port. There you go. And there's the storm right over there. I'm hoping it's not coming right to me, but if it does, I'll survive. I just have to trim my sails a little more. So if it gets much worse than this, I'll start the recording again. Okay, so it's the next morning, and I have a bit of a problem. Because of that storm, to go east I had to sail directly into the wind, and I actually lost steerage. So I'm trying to turn a little further to the east, but I am currently going backwards, I believe. So my progress, I got it hard to port and it's not changing. So that tells me there it goes a little bit. So I may have to go northeast to catch some wind here a little bit. Another thing that tends to throw you out of your alignment. I could not take a heading last night. It did get really stormy. But I'm going to keep attempting to turn. And I still am not hard to port, and I'm not really moving much. I may end up turning completely northeast here, just so I can make some headway. The sails are still flapping. So this is what you get when you have storms. Now if I looked, let me lock that in place. I'm wondering if I'm going forward or backwards. Oh, pretty rainbow anyway. That's kind of cool. But as you can see, I am not moving. And that's one of the bad things about sails and the weather. And I've lost a little bit that I've turned. And you hate to get out in the middle of the ocean and push. But as you see, I'm dead into the wind. So it might be better for me to try and go to the south here, I don't know, so we'll flip it over. And maybe we need to go southeast. I gotta catch some wind here and get going forward. I can't keep bobbing around like a bobber. But when you're in the wind like this and the storm is affecting it, it becomes increasingly hard just to turn. And I think I'm going to have to get out and push. Now there is no way to save this game. So if I push this and the ship sails away from me, I'm in big trouble. So you don't want to mess around too much. Let's see if I would manage to push it a little bit to the south here. Not really. Let me keep steering. I'm still not moving. And the sails are still flapping. I'm slowly turning, but I gotta catch some wind here. Come on. It's slowly coming around. If it starts turning a lot faster, that means I've caught something. It looks like it's turning. Line it up with the mast again. Yeah, I think I finally caught some wind. So now I'm going to have to keep an idea of how long I'm sailing in this direction and compensate the other way eventually. Well, that should do. It looks like I might be moving now. We'll try that for a second. Let's see what the wake looks like. There we go. I am moving. Caught a little bit of wind. Barely. But see, now I'm not on the course I want to go on. Okay, so it's very cloudy. It makes it a lot harder to do this. But you can kind of see that I did not make hardly any headway last night, which does not surprise me. And maybe at 2.5, I think that's where I was. And then maybe at 30, but that's because I'm sailing south, so I'm going to have to turn that around too. That might be 2.5-ish, but very little progress yesterday. Kind of frustrating. And it's still pretty stormy. Let's see, maybe I can turn a little bit more towards the east here. The wind should have gradually come back. Let's try that. Yeah, I might be able to go straight east again. That would be a lot better than southeast. Let's see. I'll give it a shot until I hear the wind, the sails flapping. No, I can go straight east. That's an improvement. Ooh, that's cutting close. Yeah, I might not be able to do that. I'm going to have to head a little bit. That's why I lost steerage there a little bit. Let's try just a little bit south of east. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I probably lost steerage again. I'm going forward. There it goes. I can't quite come to the east yet. We'll stay. Oh, boy, it comes back fast. We'll stay right there. And it's raining again. So this could be a couple pretty interesting days here. This is what happens. You have to keep correcting steering when it's stormy. And you end up not getting any sleep. It's pretty good for the sails, but again, I'm a little south of my track, I think. So eventually, I'm going to have to make up that little bit. I'm still heading southeast, and the wind is directly from the east, maybe a little to the... I could possibly swing it to the... Let me give that a shot. I hate to do that in this storm, but let me see if I can go northeast now and make up for that time. Cut it hard and hope I come around and don't lose steerage. I would like to maybe travel in this direction overnight to make up for that. I gotta catch the wind here. Come on. Keep going. Yeah, we leaned. That's a good sign. I think I just caught the wind a little. Come on. Now I have my ship weighted for the other direction, so if you're going to let me go that direction, I'll do it. Don't come back. Whiz. I wonder how I'm moving. Well, I caught the wind. Not bad. I'm not moving much. I gotta go a little further. We'll go northeast. And that should do it. But these are the things you have to do. And of course, while you're in a storm, you can't really get the measurements you need to tell exactly where you're at. Tonight, if I get a clear measurement off the quadrant, I'll have a better idea of what that storm did to me. We're going to do that for a while. And I'm going to go down here and shift this to the other side. Because this is all copper, so these are all very heavy crates. And that should help. There's 5 of them. That should help improve my list. Come on. There we go. And we'll put this last one over here. Gotta kind of time it. Oh, I had it. There we go. And that should help a little. It seems to have. Going northeast, probably a little bit more than I should, but this is actually good in a way because I'm making up for that. Wow, I may have to pull the sail up again. I don't want to do that unless I have to. Whoa! I think I'm going to have to. I knew there was something coming. I'm thinking, you know, the weather's been too good. I've been too lucky. Now I've had 2 days of storms in a row. That should keep you from rolling too much. Now I'm going almost due north. Can't do that either. See, I took a little water into the hold on that one. I'm heading northeast. I think I might have to raise them a little bit more. It's a good angle on the sail, but it's just so windy out. And of course I keep blowing off course. I'd like to stay right there, but probably won't. And meanwhile, I'm not hardly making any headway. This is why you bring extra food. All right. Hopefully it calms down and goes a little bit better overnight here. I'll see you later. Okay, so the wind has calmed down, the waves have calmed down. I'm doing measurement here. Boy, this is touchy. So I want to be around 31. I think I'm about 30.5. So that storm, because I had to go to the southeast for a little while, I'm a little south of where I want to be. So the wind right now is letting me correct that. I'm going a little bit in the other direction now. I don't think I got a whole ton of wind. I don't think I'm going fast. But I am moving, finally. That was a rough couple days. We'll see where we're at, east-west-wise, noontime. Okay, so it's the next day. The wind has been really fighting me. I'm going as far to the north, east as I can, and really I can't turn any more north than straight east. As you can see, if I go any further, I'm just going to lose steerage. So it's kind of been a frustrating night. The wind fought me all night long. It's getting a little bit better. I am moving. I don't know how far I moved, but I still think I'm too far south. Not by much, but more than I would like to be. It's hard to tell with this one. It's easier with the night one. Looks like I'm about 31 here, and I'm definitely at least at 3s. So I did make some headway. I might even be close to 4, 3.5, maybe 3.5. So I did make some headway, but I also sailed southeast for a while, and then I tried to sail northeast for a little bit. That worked for a little while, and then that stopped. So I don't know if I recovered as much as I needed to. I was at about half sail almost all night long, because the wind was just too much. I might be able to turn a little bit further. It might be coming around for me a little bit here. Let me see if I can head straight east and still make headway. Let's see, right there. How's the wind? Yeah, it's coming around for me a little bit. That's a good sign. If I go straight, well, I'll come back a little bit. If I go straight east, I should be okay. I mean, I'll be fine. I'll see the islands here eventually. It keeps wanting to come back on me. Let's see how the sail is there. Yeah. So if that keeps trending, I'll keep turning into the wind towards the north as much as it'll let me. And still moving pretty good. Let's see if this is a better time for a reading here. Yeah, 3. 3's a good guess now. +3 in latitude. And looks like I'm at 31. So that's looking okay. I'll definitely be able to see land when I get close enough. It's all a matter of which way I have to turn. Maybe tomorrow. Excuse me. Maybe tomorrow I'll have land in sight. We'll have to see how the wind keeps me going here. Alright, I'll see you then. Well, here we go again. This is that night. After I just started making good headway. Now, the wind is forcing me to turn to the south a little again. And I'm right into the path of a storm. You can see right there. This is going to be a long night. I had to already pull the sails. I'm pretty much into the wind as I am right now. And I have to turn to the southeast here a little bit more. I gotta keep making headway. I'm barely moving. Oh boy, right into the storm. And if I change course and go to the other side right now, I'm going to lose steerage, and it won't help me. See if I can loosen this a little bit. It's all the way down. Let's see if I can keep from leaning too much here. Oh boy. I took a little bit of water there. I'm going to have to go back up here pretty soon. Yeah. That's not going to work. I'm going to sink if I don't raise the sail back up. It's only going to get worse because I'm heading right into this thing. I may keep this running and just fast forward it, give you an idea what you have to do at night. Hearing storms. I don't even know if I'm going to win right here. Not too bad. It's not too bad of a direction there if I can maintain it. I'm moving. Hard to tell, it looks like I am. And of course, there's no way I'm going to take it down. I might be able to. Let's try. Take quadrant reading. Right there. Oh, it's so hard with it. Hard with it. Completely lit. That looks pretty good. Now it's gone. Because that tells me I'm not too far off. How are we doing here? South than I want to go. That's the way the wind's forcing me to go. Okay, I'll pause this. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare to see where we are in the morning here. Alright. Okay, despite the storms and the nasty winds, look what I see. What do they shout in the old days? Land ho! So I am on course. Wasn't off by much. I did have to turn north there, but the wind let me do that, so I went ahead and did it. And I sailed for a little bit, and I am right on target. It's very reassuring. The last 3 days were not easy to navigate, but it worked out. Let me get lined up here. Now I have to figure out exactly which island I want to go to. We'll do that in a second, as soon as I get lined up. And there we go, right about, we'll try right about there. I don't want to turn too far and lose the wind. Looks like we're doing pretty good though. Alright, so I have a small island. I don't have a map for this area, so I'm going to have to use the big one. Oh, I got it in here, don't I? So the small island is probably the one under the S, and the big island is the one I want. So let's take a look through the telescope and see what we got here. Yeah, so I probably want to sail right into there, and there's that smaller island I saw. I can get around the pole here and around the wave. Where is it? I lost it. The wave is in the way. Right there it is. So that's a small one to the south, and there should be one to this way too, I think. Might be a little further away. You can't see that one yet. Or is that it? Maybe. Nope. You can't see that one yet, but I'm on course to the big island. Thank goodness. Those last 3 days were brutal. I had to sleep during a storm last night because I was about to collapse. And that's always fun. I just raised the sails about halfway and got to the best course I could. And went to sleep. Everything's down. The wind is good, it's taking me there. Yep. Alright, so I'll stop here But we see the destination ahead, and I'll restart this for the last time as I pull in port. This is an interesting port to pull into. It's got like archways you have to sail into, if I remember correctly, and it's kind of a tight fit. So I'll be back. Okay, so just a brief update. Of course, to add insult to injury, the wind's not going to let me sail directly. I have to tack in. That's alright. But there's the island that I saw to the south. There's the island that I want. And that other island to the... I can't walk around like that. I saw that a second ago. It's over here. This one's a little bit further away. Where are you? I just saw it. Let me get up on the rail here, because I just did see it. The waves are kind of in the way. There it is. That's the other island that I saw just to the north. The good news is at this point I don't have to take any more readings, because I can see my goal. And unfortunately, if you look at that pennant and then look where the island is, I have to sail right into the wind to get to it, so I have to tack back and forth. It figures. All right. And here's the entrance. There was another one on the other side, but with this fog I just couldn't see it. And I knew this one was bigger on the southern part. I believe it's the southern part of the island. Northwestern, I don't know. Anyway, I did have to sail around a little bit to find the opening. Which is, I haven't been on this island, to this island in quite a while. But I know this is a tricky entrance. And it has quite a few turns. It gets pretty narrow in a couple spots, so I'll probably drop the aft sail, slow me down a little bit. And I think I'm going to do that right now. Oops. Actually, I should say pull it. On this one, you got to raise it. Yeah, it'll slow me down a little bit, so I don't come in here like a bullet. And I'm not sure which way I have to go. I think I have to go to the right. Pretty sure I have to go to the right, but you can either go around under that hole, or you can cut to this narrow pass right in front of me right now, and that's what I usually do. You can run aground here. Maybe I should sail around the other side of it. But I'm going to play dangerous. And if I run aground, I'll just push off. But you see it's pretty narrow. And I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure I have to go to the right. It's been a while since I've been in here. Luckily these cliffs drop off pretty fast, so if you do hit straight up the center of this, you're in pretty good shape. That was like 2 voyages. The first half of that voyage was, the weather couldn't have been better, and the second half, it pretty much couldn't be any worse. And I'm heading straight through, so it looks okay. Let me check the wind here. Yeah, we're okay. I think we got it. Move it this way. A little bit to starboard. There we go. And a little more. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have to go to right. I don't know if I have to go around this big rock or before the big rock. It's kind of off the starboard bow there. Okay, there's a bridge. So it is definitely over to the right. I think I'll go around this to the right. Yeah, this might be at the sharp right here. Hopefully the port's in front of me here, and I got it hard over now, so hard to port. Whoa. Yeah, we're gonna make it. No, I don't see the port yet, so I think we got a little bit more of the channel to go here. It's still hard to starboard. It is coming around. Luckily, the way this channel is designed, the wind swerves around the cave and you're in pretty good shape the whole way. Kind of assuming it's not over there. It might be a dangerous assumption. I would hate to sail all the way through this channel and have to come back in. Let's see what happens. I don't think it's over there. I really can't see what's over there. I don't think it's over there. That would be kind of embarrassing if it was. Ah, I see a ship's mast. That's a good sign. I wonder if that's the ship. That's probably the new ship you can buy here. Now, I don't know where the port is, but I think at this point I'm going to slow down a little bit more to give myself a little bit more time to do what I need to do here. I'm going to pull this up quite a ways. Alright. I vaguely remembered around the left side here, the shack is right there. And I think what I got to do is tie up right on this length of pier here, port side. Okay, so it's daytime. I am at the right spot. I'm going to tighten this line just a little. You see it was a little bit loose. Alright, so I'm going to start unloading. And this is stuff that I want to sell. So I think I put that here. Let's find out. Is that where I want to leave that? Oh, can't trade here yet. I have to turn things in first. Alright, so I don't want to give them the tobacco. There we go. I had 26 more days. That's a long time. 26 more days. I'll fast forward through this section so you don't have to do tomorrow. Well, that takes me a whole lot of time. I don't know why some of it 26 days and some of it 7 nights. There's mail. I think this place is needs to go delivered to them also. make sure I have enough reputation to do this now, and I do, since I turned in all my 5 missions. We'll make pretty good money off of these, because they don't have any import on their only source of white tobacco. Alright, so we'll turn these in. See how much money I have. And I got tobacco sell 6 of them. Hopefully I got a receipt for when I left. Trade receipts. More rock. Yep, so I spent 1,566, and so I made 1,000 off of that. And I didn't have a whole lot of money to work with there, so okay. So that's the voyage to Dragon Cliff. Let's walk around real quick. It's got a pretty spread out port that can be kind of tricky. I'm not hungry, I am thirsty. Now it says 18. Remember, this is a different country. So it's probably the equivalent of 2 of the other things. Oh, I get to sell this back. I did drink it now. Huh. I actually make money selling that back. But you got your foods, and like I said, it's spread out. I don't know if there's any up this way. Yeah, here's some pipes and tobacco if you feel like using the pipe. You have to kind of look around, and some of these crates you can buy things, other ones you can't. And here's some goat cheeses and coconut wine. And lanterns, candles, furniture. I need a map of the area. Although I'm only going to be going to a different part of the world here coming up. And you got some rice wine, more coconut wine, more water. That's pretty much it. So this will be it for this recording. I may fast forward through some of this to avoid them being too long. And pulling into port here with this big beast was kind of difficult. But this is our nibby old salt gamer. If you like these videos, you want to see some more, go ahead and just subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.